were allowed to do. I thought
We are live.
I know, but I thought we were allowed. Call the meeting order at 11. Please stand and join us for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We did the parking thing. We removed the parking thing. We changed that ourselves.
Yeah, that's in the general.
So is this?
No, this is, I'll pull it back up.
I thought it was general section. Please call the roll.
Chairman Chickadee.
Present.
Trustee Dyer.
Present.
Trustee Bennett.
Present.
Present. Fiscal Officer Patriarca present.
Gotcha.
Okay, it's 11:01. We're going to open a public hearing for Resolution 2025-122, creating the Harbor Crossing Incentive District and declaring improvements to parcels within the district to be a public purpose and exempt from taxation as provided in Section 5709.73 of the Ohio Revised Code and related authorizations. There's no history on this, right? Or is there?
I haven't seen anything.
No, they're.
No, we're just opening a public hearing on it.
Okay, so we'll open the public hearing. Anybody to speak in favor? Hearing none. Anybody to speak opposing? Hearing none. We'll close the public hearing at 11:02. We got that later. Okay, moving on. I need a motion to approve the minutes. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the November 5th, 2025 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Summary of the work session, please.
During the work session today, we exited to executive session at 9:07 under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 to discuss the collective bargaining agreement. We reconvened our regular session at 10:06, which time we discussed the public hearing that we just had for the RID at Harbor Crossing, the options and the suggestion for a little food pantry at Haddon Park. We discussed the property on Normandy Drive. The service director discussed scheduling for the leaf pickup for 2026, concrete road repair options for 2026, and the concept of planter decorations for intersections along Menor Avenue for next summer as well. The zoning director provided an update on the Kurtz Brothers facility, and we discussed the Harbor Crossing upcoming build requests, and the fire chief reported the numbers for both our current numbers and Grand River call runs.
Kenny. Any old business from the floor? Hearing none. Any new business from the floor? Hearing none, we'll move on. Lake County Sheriff's Office report, and then I guess there's a discussion, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There it is. It's on. We had approximately 900 calls for service last month, and 13 arrests out of that. The one thing I just want to touch on is a big thank you to a lot of the help that we had last month in reference to our missing juvenile over off Hale Road, between the fire department, service, and the countless amount of other agencies. It was truly, and the residents even, it was truly a great thing to see of like everyone coming together, and really ultimately it ended off in a good note. So
Good.
that was a good thing. A lot of community coming together on that.
So, have a discussion then. I know I spoke to legal counsel on this and spoke to you yesterday. So as far as there was a complaint of somebody firing off a gun, and they said fully automatic, but for the sake of discussion, let's just say it was semi-automatic. But then, what is the township? How do they handle those sort of things? And what for the point of understanding, let's lay it out.
So generally, in the township, you are legally allowed to discharge a firearm on your own property, or having permission to do so from the landowner or anything like that. There are some obviously special things of the location of what you're doing it, whether on near school grounds and stuff like that. I know we talked about some of the revised codes where it restricts it near parks. A lot of that though kind of is very specific to hunting, in my opinion, on how they word it. Obviously, if there is something in question of, where someone is shooting, we would have our prosecutor take a look at it to see, is this someone where it is, we're restricting their use on their own property to discharge a firearm, but is it falling close to, I know the one code section we talked about, it's labeled hunting and doesn't talk about recreational shooting or target type shooting. It does just say or shoot, but then goes straight into animals. So that way I would look for interpretation probably from our prosecutor before we're saying that's something that we could criminally
But that
charge.
particular, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Captain, but that particular one fell under a hunting, like you said,
Yes.
though, right? So, because I saw the number and,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
mentioned it, but
It
the
was
way,
a hunting or trapping code that's what it talked about. It didn't go into target shooting or recreational.
Well, there is another code,
There
correct?
is, yeah, revised code 9.68 really does address that. It talks about the fact that no political subdivision can unduly inhibit a person's constitutional right to
Right.
use and bear arms, including their constitutionally protected ability to engage in hunting and sporting activities. So essentially, the political subdivisions, including townships, can't have any laws that infringe upon that. Now, as Captain noted, the concern would be is if there's a safety hazard, right? Or if they're engaging in a target practice, but there's improper backing, or they're shooting into the back of rock wall or something where it could ricochet off and go to neighboring property, or they're creating substantial risk of harm to themselves or others, then they could be potentially charged with something else. I know you asked what can be done. I don't want to overwhelm the sheriff's office, but if there is shooting going on and there's a neighbor that's concerned about it, they're going to have to contact the sheriff's office to perform, to go on a call and investigate the matter. It's not a township matter, zoning matter, trustee matter. It's a Lake County Sheriff's Office matter.
all right, and so for the residents' sake of understanding, so the assumption, you know what they say about assuming, but the assumption was it happened in an R1 district, which is a 60-foot lot by 150 lot.
Yep.
The adjoining property is a nursery, not nursing home, nursery. So if they get the, assuming that this was the property, if they were to get the permission from the nursery owner, they would be allowed to shoot over there. But without that permission, they can't let the bullets cross the property line. Is that a correct statement?
Sound about right, Captain?
Yeah. I mean, you can't. From my understanding of it, again, is if it's your property, you can shoot on your own property. If you have permission to be on someone else's property to shoot, then you can be in that property to shoot as well. Now, when it's coming, obviously, bullets going over into other property lines, then yeah, that would be something that we would investigate. Obviously, depending on looking for where the bullet went. If it's going into houses, obviously that would be a criminal charge there.
But would that be part of the issue then? Is their bullets are going across? Well, where are the bullets? You'd have to
Right.
actually find a bullet.
That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, barring we have them going into a structure, we have evidence to show that this bullet. Okay, we're having a bullet not only coming. All right, they're going into this tree, this shed, or whatever, but it's coming from that gun. Like, obviously, if we have bullets going into something that we can prove on that, then we can open up an investigation and start to kind of peel it back to going, okay, now we're gaining a little bit more to search where, in fact, these rounds are coming from. But just the saying the bullets are going over property lines without any evidence of such, that's difficult for us to then go into someone's property, looking through areas.
And also, just to further this, just so it's all kind of and the type of gun, as long as it's a legal owned firearm, whether it's whether it's musket loading or a fully automatic, as long as they're legally able to possess that firearm.
Obviously, pending on certain types of guns, there's more kind of federal, state regulations and such. There's a lot of, is it for education, testing and stuff to why you can use certain types of firearms that, when it comes to an automatic weapon, there's a lot of federal regulations against that.
Correct, right. I knew that,
But and generally in the sense of caliber wise, from down to a 22 to a 50 cal, that's where it's if you're on your property.
I think a handful of years ago, we went down a rabbit hole, similar issue in the
Hackathorn.
Lee Arbor Heckathorn area, and somebody was shooting. It wasn't the best idea. I guess that's up to interpretation, but it was legal.
Because they had a mound in the back of their property they were shooting
And
into.
we kind of looked into, well, is there requirements for the mound of material size? And there's really not.
Just no rocks, right?
There's stuff. The NRA has come out and they'll certify ranges and say that they do fall within certain standards. We as a sheriff's office aren't. You as a gun owner, you have the responsibility to make that you are discharging a firearm in a safe manner that is abiding by all laws. We're not going to come over and give you legal advice and say everything you're doing is perfect. Go. No matter what happens, you're good. You, every time that you pull the trigger to that firearm, have to be cognizant of where is it going, how's it going, and is it happening in a safe manner.
And it's a tough position because, they're responsible, but then if something happens, now it becomes somebody else's problem. And it's a terrible situation.
100%. Yeah, and we've dealt with it too in other areas where it's closer to metro parks. But they had a backstop, and although it's not ideal and not something we would recommend, kind of the direction of how it's
within the law.
All right, and I thought the one that was on Lee was actually shooting across the road.
They thought that's what was happening, but then they went. I think it went and investigated, and they had a mound at the back of their property that they were actually shooting at.
But
They advised them that you can do this within your legal right, but if any bullets are to cross across the street and cause harm, you're going to be legally liable and criminally charged.
Yes.
And that was
Okay. Well,
and that's kind of where it comes down to. It's as much as we want to be proactive in saying like, oh, you can't do this. Sometimes it has to happen in reactive. Now something happened, whether they were doing it legally, but because that one round did something different.
Because that's the
now
way
it
the
becomes
state
illegal.
laws are written.
Right, and that too is like getting the evidence of
Federal laws.
okay, we have where the bullet went, and not so much of just they're doing it. It's like we can't really necessarily go into someone's backyard just because someone's saying they're doing it. We need a little bit more.
Okay, well, good. I was contacted, and when you get contact with that kind of question, you got to ask these sort of questions to make sure you communicate back. So I appreciate you coming and
And
presenting.
involving how much it does with state, federal, all the it's confusing. There's a lot to it, but it just comes down to.
And on the same token, what we did is I did some research in Brimfield Township, I think it was, right? Brimfield Township on their website had its great write-up of pretty much everything we just talked about here. What safety, what constitutes safety, the Ohio Revised Codes number. They had this whole write-up. So I sent that to Matt, and I'll send it to you actually too. Matt rewrote one for us, so we can post it on our website.
Nice.
So if there are any questions, we can just
Refer them to the website.
refer them to the website in this section that says here's the questions and answers of pretty much all your
I
questions.
think I emailed that to everybody
Yeah.
for consideration to post either on the website or put it in newsletters.
Very good.
Yeah, I think a good newsletter is a good one. Put it in the next newsletter and then put it on the website. So if anybody has any questions, we can always refer them there. And there was a section in the zoning code which I had her look in the history. We did discuss this because our prior attorney said that our verbiage in our zoning code is actually not legal. So we're gonna refer it to the zoning code to have them remove that since it's not a legal. Which I thought we did back then, but somehow it slipped through the cracks because we had this address when the Heckathorn thing came up because somebody said, well, it's in your zoning code. And then our legal at the time, I think it was Jason. Jason investigated and said,
I liked him.
you can't, this isn't legal, you can't have that in there. So we had a resolution to remove it, but because it's in the zoning code, it has to go to zoning commission first. They're gonna remove it and then.
Okay.
All right.
Correct. And just to answer your other question, the parking was a general resolution, which is what
Not
we
it's
have.
zoning.
Correct.
Okay, got it,
Correct.
Roger. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
Okay, department reports, service,
Nothing to report, Mr. Chairman.
fire department,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
zoning,
Nothing to add at this time, Mr. Chairman.
law director.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing additional.
Toy drive.
Oh, toy drive.
Oh, the toy drive, yeah.
I've posted that and I have,
I have it on our website,
yeah, okay.
on our Facebook. What day is that?
The 30th, Sunday the 30th.
Sunday the 30th. I don't
Yeah.
want to give the wrong date, so Sunday the 30th, Fayetteville Township Fire Department, local 3411 members will be conducting a toy drive at Mark on Menor Avenue from 10 to
I'll
I don't
tell you,
have the
hang
info
on.
offhand. I think it's 10 a.m. to 1.
I'll tell you right now. Nine AM to 2 PM.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's
Close
marked.
enough.
So,
And they'll unwrap new toys, clothes,
Correct.
new winter coats, non-perishable food items, gift cards, and of course, monetary contributions are always accepted.
yes, and everything that they collect benefits local residents in the township. So it stays here, and this is the third year, and the first 2 years have been very successful. So I hope everybody comes out and chips in a little bit. So
And if you want, oh, never mind, it's the 30th. Scratch that. Okay, all done.
okay, and Sunday the 30th.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay. Law Director, no Administrator,
Nothing to-
Fiscal Officer,
Nothing at this time, sir.
okay, Trustees. Do we need to address that before we get to it? Did you want to address that, Matt? We need to change something here.
Yes, so as it relates to resolution 2025-124, it's going to be reworded that you're gonna request a resolution that the zoning commission repeal and remove section 6.02K from the Painesville Township zoning resolution.
Do I hear a motion to amend that resolution?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. So when we get there, can you read the new proposed? Okay, I'll ask for a motion for resolution 2025-119 to enter an agreement for central dispatch and communication services with the Board of Lake County Commissioners.
So moved. I'll make that motion.
So moved is okay.
I thought we said we couldn't say that.
No, you can say that.
I thought you.
You gave him like this roundabout thing because they were saying,
No,
he
so,
was asking for a
no,
resolution one day instead of the motion one day.
And we are
Yeah,
correcting the,
so- yeah, what was happening,
so you can just say motion second and then,
Because you talk
Yes.
so fast.
so what was happening is, you're like, I'm going to ask for a resolution to approve, or I'm gonna ask for a motion to approve a resolution.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it was, right? So you could just say, resolution 2025-19, is to enter into an agreement, whatever, alright. Motion to approve,
okay, there we go.
that's what it is, motion to approve.
Okay,
And then you seconding, is that right?
yes, all in favor? Aye.
Discussion. When do we have to have this thing passed by? The date? Do you know? I'm sorry.
Well, our contract is up at the end of the year.
So we have 2 meetings in December?
Yes.
All right, so I'm just gonna say I'm really, so I wanna delay it, and we're gonna have to pass it at some point. And I guess just a matter of protest here. I wanna delay this. The commissioners have, increased, so the commissioners have, as I understand it,
This is discussion.
this is discussion.
Okay, I got the vote,
I said motion to approve.
And I
then-
called for, he said it before I could say discussion.
I
okay,
talked too fast.
okay,
So he said move,
okay.
all right, or I, then I said discussion, all right. So the commissioners, they're trying to recoup, some of the costs for dispatch. And so they went and they told the sheriff's department to look at getting the cost more balanced going out. So they're putting in $1 million, is my understanding. And if I'm wrong on this, I know this isn't your department, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. But my understanding is they're throwing in $1 million, and then they said that that's all they're going to throw in. So they're trying to make up the shortfall across 5 years time frame, I think it is. And so Painesville Township, we're paying, I forget the exact number, but they're jacking it up $15,000 per year. And I think also over the course of 5 years, we're gonna almost, not double the amount, but it's a significant increase. We're paying 120, 130, something like that. We're going to be up to 75,000 more. So, I spoke with Morgan McIntosh, who's he's the president of the LCTA. And, I want to get us to look at this thing and discuss it some, and I played with the numbers. I've had good discussions with Chief Deputy Izzo on this, and he clarified some misperceptions perhaps on my part to do with the policing portion. I know, not really, but I just think my opinion is they're building a new jail, And so they're trying to make up money for the new jail. So they're not raising taxes, which is what was the original proposal. And so now they got to find money somewhere else. And it's my personal opinion. This is where the money's coming from. I'm on camera, so I'll probably get contacted by the sheriff and
Which
maybe
will
even the
could
commissioners.
could ultimately lead to the need to
Require us to have
uh,
requests for additional funding.
additional
And
funding
to
your
Chuck's
taxes,
point, that
right.
the commissioners are touting the new jails being built without new tax dollars. They're rolling back property tax increases and revenue coming to the township, and also increasing dispatch services.
Then on the flip side, requesting
So-
more money from the township.
So what they're
through the
doing
taxpayers.
is increasing our costs to the point where we're gonna have to go ask for more money. So it's just,
It's a shell game.
yeah, it's disappointing that, I mean, the state did it to us years ago.
Right.
Where they balanced their budget, built a surplus by reducing money coming back to us, which then we had to go to our residents and ask for additional funding for services. And so now the same thing's happening at the local level where we need you to pay extra for, dispatch services and property tax increases. We're gonna roll some of those back, so less money coming in, more money going out.
But we need more money.
But it's all of our residents that are gonna be stuck paying the bill. So
That's basically it.
So then I would like to ask for,
There was-
do I hear, okay.
Just for clarification purposes, or Robert's rules, there was a motion to approve.
Before
And it
he
was
discussion, so
seconded.
we're gonna have to
No, and it was seconded.
second it.
It wasn't seconded. And I cut him off.
no, he,
No.
Oh, we made the second. He cast a yay vote.
So then we need
So
to,
the vote,
is open.
the vote is open.
and I already voted yay, so you're gonna have to vote, you two, if you want to reject this, and then we could,
Well, we could vote no, and then it just.
that's what I'm saying, you'd
is-
have to vote no, you two would have to vote no, cause I've already cast
Yeah,
my
and then it
vote.
just comes back up
Can I
on
change
the
my vote
future.
or no? Or should we just leave as is, and if they
I
want
want
to?
to table it. I want to table it for another meeting.
Okay.
We're going to have to pass this at some point because we don't have an option. Why? What's the point? Because the point, because, you're missing the point. I'm not going to debate it with you. Go ahead.
All right, then. there
Procedurally,
has
how
to
do
be
we
a-
approach this?
Yeah, a motion to table the vote until the December 15th meeting? Or was the next meeting?
So Chuck needs a motion to
Not
table,
the
to table the vote. And then Josh could second.
It'd be the December, you could wait till the December 16th meeting, it's the second meeting.
That's what I want to do.
So you, I
Special
need you,
meeting on
so
the
you would
30th.
need a motion, you would need a motion to table the vote, and then we need a
Yeah.
second, and then I would call for a vote.
Even though he cast his A vote already,
Cause you guys could table, you could motion to delay, to table your vote.
I want to take, all right, I make the motion to table the vote until the second meeting in December,
Which would be December 16th.
which will be December
Is
16th.
there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there we go. Is there a motion for resolution 2025-121 to authorize payment to MTech in the amount of $433,500 for upfitting 3 trucks with snowplow and ice packages?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there a motion for resolution 2025-122 creating the Harbor Crossing Incentive District and declaring improvements to parcels within the district to be a public purpose and exempt from taxation as provided in section 5709.73 of the Ohio Revised Code and related authorizations?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
All those, aye.
Aye.
Is that okay, Matt?
Yes, so just to try to help, I think
You really threw us for a loop
I
last
know.
meeting.
Should these be written differently?
No, so this is the way it should work. The chairperson.
How long we been
reads the resolution.
trustees, for God's
Okay.
sakes? We know
Well,
this
we've-
by
this is
now.
the fourth time we've,
2025-123 to approve the purchase. Okay. Any discussion on this resolution before there's even a motion, right?
I thought you had.
No,
Okay.
because
Okay.
you read the resolution.
Okay.
That's now up for discussion. You could discuss it,
Okay.
and then there could be a motion.
And
to
that would,
approve.
yeah.
And that's the real proper way to do it.
All right.
Okay.
So
Motion
resolution.
to approve.
All right, we already did that. We already did.
So
Procedurally, that one's done.
yes. So now we're on 1, 2, 3.
So resolution
Did you cast the votes?
2025-120, yeah, we all said yay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Resolution 2025-123 to approve purchase of a 2025 Landmaster AMP HD from Hilltop Lawn and Garden for $28,383.87 to be reimbursed through the NOPAC Energized Community Grant Program. Is there any discussion? Hearing
Motion
none.
to approve.
Motion approved. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So far, you guys.
Is it okay just after a long pause?
Yeah.
Just he can pause and I can just say motion to
This is
approve.
scary.
Okay.
How we been
12
trustees?
years in, we're getting this figured out.
Well, we're not.
All right, we already did. Okay, then I need you to read that last one, please.
Yeah, so it'd be resolution 2025-124. It would be a resolution to request the zoning commission to repeal and remove section 6.02K from the Kaysville Township zoning resolution and to renumber the section accordingly.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anything else?
No, sir.
Motion adjourned 11:26.
Every day of my life.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That second one, I thought they were gonna start saying it. Second that emotion, I'm like, oh my god.
Get up.
I think you won though, Josh, on I'll make that motion.